one of my founders um, had a toxic board, I'll say. Just no one's getting along. It's completely unproductive. It's actually counterproductive each time they have these meetings. He has it on his calendar every quarter, and it's miserable for everyone. So we talk about what are the ways in which we can minimize the negative impact from this. Part of this, and ultimately, the boardroom is his room. It's the founder's room. It's the CEO's room. So any toxicity or unproductivity ultimately sits at their feet to start, and it's their responsibility to change. So in this example, what I'll say is a year and a half later, we get to an extremely productive board that's now collaborative and enjoys each other. A few things changed. One, he understood his role. I'm going into the room, I'm leading the conversation, I'm ensuring it stays on track, and I'm providing the information they need, but I'm also soliciting what I need from them. Two, making sure the right people are in the room. Part of that we don't have in our control because we said yes to investors before we fully vetted them, sure. But in terms of the role of the independent, the role of the observers, how active or inactive they are, we addressed each of those individually. There was a lot of disagreement between the board and the founder, but it was because of poor communication, I would say. And making sure the board understands what we're doing, why we're doing it. We request input from them, but it's ultimately our decision. The framing of each of those matters a lot, and so that's where we spent a lot of time. The other thing we did is said, let's minimize the amount of time that y'all are miserable. What did that look like? Well, for a period of time, instead of having the standard, let's go through the financials, let's go through the updates, the status check on all the key areas of the business, we had that as a recording. He used Loom, use whatever tool you want, and actually sent that out as a 20-minute video that the investors could then do in 2x speed, get all the updates they needed. And we created rigor for the feedback loop that said, all right, 2 days before the board meeting, submit all your questions in the shared Google Doc. They're going to be visible to everyone so that there's not this toxicity behind the scenes and these sneak attack questions that had previously been thrown at him. Questions were submitted, those were discussed, and then we moved on to the topics in which he actually thought they could contribute beneficially. Really focused work session topics. Picked a couple, shortened the length of the meeting, started to find productivity in those. They weren't easy at first, but he got better at it and they understood it better. And then people started coming back and engaging. And now it's same board except for one person, completely different dynamic.